Hi, Happy New Year. So, I know it's been a little bit since I've done a video. December was a crazy month. Having two little kids in grade school, we had a lot of stuff going on at our school and martial arts and belt testing and a lot of stuff. And then this whole past week, I've been wanting to go on and try to do a live since, a lot of people, I figured people would be home. I wanted to do a live today, but I just have had a migraine like all week, y'all. It has not been fun. Anyway, so I want to start off just by talking a little bit about some of the promotion stuff I have going on. So my sale, my $20 off and $30 off sale was so popular that I decided I'm going to extend it into January and just do it for the new year, another New Year special, and $20 off an hour reading and $30 off 90 minutes. Both are really great to get a 2026 reading. The 91's good if you want to do like a 2026 reading and go month by month, but also you have some other questions. And the hour reading is good if you just want to do 2026 and go month by month. I think that's great. I think those are ample time to do that. So I'm going to extend it. Sunday, January 4th, I'm going to be having a group reading with my soul sister, Jennifer Iliana. It's from 1 to 3 Central Standard Time. And I have a link in the description, and we do group readings every month. For those of you who don't know that, we do a group reading every month with a theme. You get a reading from her and myself. You can either ask, well, this one's going to be 2026. So you can ask a 2026 question, or we can just look at the energies for you for the year. It's really your choice. We try to make it very what the client wants, So you can either ask each of us a question and get 2 questions answered, or you can ask, like 1 question and then we tag team the reading. And it's really neat when we do that because she and I each get hits off each other. Like when she's talking, I'll start getting other hits that kind of go with the reading she gave and vice versa. So you get like a reading from her, then like a little extra from me, and then a reading from me and a little extra from her. So it's really fun. And we're a good team, make a good team. We've been doing this for about, I think this is our 3rd year, going into our 3rd year of this. So it's awesome. And then on Saturday, January 17th, for those of you who are local, I'll be at Village Witch from 12 to 6. So you can text or email me. My email's in the description here. And to set up an appointment. And then let's see, Sunday, January 25th, I'm teaching a past life course at Village Witch from 2 to 4:30. The sign up is in the description. And you just sign up on my website, and I have a link there that goes right to the sign up page. And then if you're not local, fear not, because Jennifer, Iliana, and I are going to have a group reading event that's dedicated to past lives on Sunday, February 1st. I just don't have the landing page ready yet. That'll be ready after this week when we do our other reading. I always swap it out, so with the new one. So that's going to be a little bit different than my full class though, because we're going to be doing, it's going to be like an abridged version of it, of the past life stuff. And then we'll do past life readings for you, past life blockages, past life readings, whatever you're really looking for. So always remember too, that if you're not local, you could always book a reading with me online. I do a lot of readings via Zoom. I see clients all over the country. And I know sometimes people are a little like, I don't really want to do it. I like to do in person. But I get readings for myself that are online because sometimes readers just can't read for themselves. We're too in our head about it. We can read for everybody else and even family. I can read for family and I don't second guess it. But when I read for myself, I'm like, what? Yeah. And plus my pendulum told me something that wasn't true. And now I'm sad and I'm like a little depressed on my pendulum. I'm not going to lie. She told me I was going to get my medicine for free, and my doctor didn't. They kind of failed me and I didn't get it, and she was wrong, and I'm sad. Okay, anyway, that's a me problem. You don't need to hear about my medicine woes. Okay, so I want to talk about the wheel. So the card of the year is the wheel, okay? And I'm sure if you've seen this or heard this from other readers. And I want to tell you a little bit about what I'm getting for the wheel. So I'm using 2 different decks because that's what I do. When I read, I have like 8 or 9 different decks that I read from when I read in like a 1 reading session. But I want to talk about these 2 different cards and these 2 different decks because they're the same but different. So the wheel in Radleigh Valentine's, who is one of my mentors, I love him so much. And his deck is, if you notice this, and I have a little fun story for that, the top of the wheel here is the star card, right? And so already this is positive shifting because the top is the star, and the star is hope and faith and light at the end of the tunnel and wishing upon a star. And I have to toot my horn a little bit because it's just fun sometimes to brag on yourself. So I was studying at a mastermind with Radleigh, and we were looking at this card, and I was like, hey, Radleigh, look, did you ever notice that like the star is at the top of the wheel? And he's like, girl, I designed these cards and I never really noticed that. You and your ADHD eyes. He's like, you see things that sometimes other people don't. And it's just what jumps out at me. So it's not, but that's kind of how I read. So to me, the shift is you're shifting in positive directions. I always read the wheel as shifting in positive directions because of that star card at the top. Balancing a karma. And this is Archangel Gabriel. Here's the little G here. There's Gabriel. Gabriel is the archangel of communication and creativity. And, you know, she's the one I asked to for help when I'm working on my novel, or I should have asked her before this video because I'm tripping over my words. But so, you know, it's communication and creativity and just, and the number 10 is reduces to 1, and in angel numerology, the number 1 means you're in a great space to manifest. So keep those thoughts positive because you can manifest what you want. And just stay positive, you know. Positive changes, fresh starts, movement, sudden or expected progress, travel. I already said positive changes. I have that written down twice. Spinning the wheel to move on to the next phase of your life. Changes in luck, a change for the good, synchronicities, signs from your angels and spirit team, movement, momentum, building momentum and moving you in the direction of your dreams. Those are all different definitions of the wheel card. And I'm just really excited. This is the card for 2026 because I think we all need some movement in a good direction. I think everybody could really use a little bit of positive movement. And I always think of the wheel card as I think of Marissa Tomei and my cousin Vinny when she's talking and she's on the stand and she's like, you know, when you're stuck in Alabama in the mud, one tire spins, the other one does nothing. I can't do her awesome accent, and that's what the wheel to me is. It's like you've been stuck in the mud, you've been stuck in that Alabama mud, and all of a sudden it moves and you get off that road and you get back on the road, or you get off the mud and get back on the road. I really should have asked Gabriel for some communication help tonight, y'all, because I am fumbling my words, but that's okay. But that's what I kind of think of that in the wheel. I always think of that scene in My Cousin Vinny, because you're getting back on the road after kind of being stalled for a little bit. So now that I talked about that one, I want to talk about the Light Seers Tarot card of the wheel. And there's similar definitions here, but there's just a few differences here. So this one is, so if you look at the dice, it's probably hard to see, but the dice equal 10. One of them says 4, one says 6. So that's where you get your number there. So it's rolling the dice and taking chances, and those chances paying off. Look how happy and excited her face is. She's just happy. Things are going well. She's balanced. Look at her balancing on there, doing that, like, is that tree pose? Doing some kind of yoga pose. She's balanced on that wheel. She's also above the night sky and in like the heavens, you know, she's good. Synchronicity, divine blessings, new opportunities, movement. The wheel isn't stuck anymore. She's cycling upward in expansion. So that is telling me is that I really believe in the golden future. I believe in some people call it, I know there's some people call it the 3-decade reset. Some people call it the age of Aquarius, the Renaissance. There's other names for it too. A lot of different names where we're going to be moving into this, shifting into, you know, now that all the corruption's been exposed and it's going to hit rock bottom. We have to rebuild, and the divine feminine is going to rise above the ashes like a phoenix, and the world is just humanity's gonna move into a better direction. I truly believe it with my whole heart that that's gonna happen. And to me, 2026 is the start of that. It's starting. I know a lot of it's not going to be in effect until like 2032, but there's going to be these shifts where you're going to see more kindness and people coming out of the woodwork, and people, I know some also people, so I've heard some people refer to it as like moving from the third dimension to the fifth dimension, 5D. You know, I think those shifts are going to start happening with, it's probably going to start with a lot of light workers, to be honest, the people that are already like peaceful. Me, I still got some anger to work through. I get really mad a lot. You don't see it on here because I'm all nice and sweet, but I got to work through some stuff. I don't want to get left behind with the ascension, with the expansion. So, but she's there. I mean, she's moving, and I think we're going to start seeing positive movements with humanity. And it also to this big star here, to me, that's just, you know, making the wishes there, being guided by the divine, wishing upon a star. So yeah, those are all the different hot takes I get from the wheel. I'm excited for this year. I know, it's just January, and there's still, to be completely honest, I don't think that we've hit rock bottom yet. For those of you that are in the United States, you know what I'm talking about. I don't think we've hit bottom yet. But once we do, there's going to be rebuilding that wheel. So it's really going to start turning, and things are going to start shifting. And just think about the song, okay? Like Tina Turner, right? She's talking about the big wheel keep on turning, how people are happy to give. That whole song about rolling on the river, it's like, that's the way humanity is going to go. People helping others. So, and I think this year is going to be, you're going to start seeing some of those shifts start to happen, and then it's just going to keep moving and moving and moving. And there might be some setbacks here and there. You know, I was listening to one of my favorite readers, Psychic Nate, today. I love him. Third Wish. He's so awesome. He's so sweet. And I was listening to his predictions today, and he does see some turbulence. And I was like, no, don't want to hear that. No. He does see a little bit, but he also sees some good stuff too. And I think that I feel like there's going to be shifts in positive directions. Does that mean it's going to be all sunshine and roses? No, it's not. Does that mean we might take one step forward and one step back? Like Paula Abdul and that cat, right? I am so showing my age right now. I know I look really young because I get slow. Everyone always asks, like, you look so young. They don't believe I'm going to be 46 in like 6 days. But I use this like cheap serum from Target. It's like $12, and I use Cetaphil lotion, and I don't like the sun. If I'm in the sun, I have a big old hat on. I look like that girl. Like, I feel like I've told you all this before. I feel bad if I have. Anyway, what's the girl Mavis? What's that movie? The vampire cartoon with Adam Sandler? I'm like Mavis. I'm like sunscreen, hat, veil, when I go out in the sun. So I just really protect my skin. That's really what it is. So that's my secret, y'all. Okay. So that's it. I'm really blabbering, and this video is getting kind of long. So yes, this year's the year of the wheel. It's very exciting. I see some really movement in positive directions. Hang tight. And I learned this from, so I studied, I took Angel Team with Kyle Gray, and he's the Scottish Angel Boy. If you don't know who he is, check him out. He's adorable. And he talked about how, like, this is when we were all like really struggling, you know, like in 2025 when things were just really bad. And he's like, you have to take your corner of the world and do what you can to make that positive. Do what you can to make your corner of the world a good place. Whether it's helping somebody in need that's near you, or just adopting a dog from a shelter, or just doing things that help others or help humanity in your corner of the world. And it could be as much as just donating to your local food bank. I mean, it doesn't have to be, or like donating to Toys for Tots next year, because that's over this year, or donating at your local school. Just little things that help, you know, because I know sometimes when we feel helpless, we feel like we can't do anything. But when I feel helpless, I start trying to help those that need it, you know. So That's kind of my thing. Like when they cut out the SNAP benefits for people, luckily our governor is cool, and she kicked money in and found it, diverted it, and got people their money. But for like a week or so, they didn't have anything. So our school did meal kits, and we made these meal kits for families in the area. And then my husband and I just, we just bought a few extra meal kits for people. I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I'm just saying an example of like what, so when that happened, because there was nothing I could do about it personally. I voted for who I voted for, like I did my duty. I voted for the non-crazy person. If you're watching this video, you know who I am, so I hope I'm not offending people, but anyway, I voted for, I voted for the right side of history, so I have a good conscience there. But because there was nothing I could do, we donated. We tried to help people. Like, it just, that kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff you can do in your corner of the neighborhood when things seem bad. And that's also moving the wheel, because by doing these little acts of kindness, it's a snowball effect. Like, I know when I hear of somebody that does an act of kindness, it inspires me to go do something. It inspires me to go help somebody. It inspires me. I'll say, hey, Joe, let's donate to this, or let's do that, and we're not rolling in money. I mean, sometimes we just donate like $20. It's not like we're sitting there like, oh, here's like $10,000 food bank, because we can't afford that. But sometimes it's just a little like a matter of like, we donated enough for somebody to have a meal or that kind of thing. And it's just, but the more people that do that kind of stuff, it's like it creates like the snowball effect of just goodness, and that's also going to shift the wheel too. So at this point, I feel like I'm rambling, but I'm optimistic for this year. I don't think we're out of the woods yet. I think there's still some shock and awe to come. I don't think we've hit rock bottom yet, but just know that when we do, we're gonna rise up like a phoenix and divine feminine, okay? Like women get shit done, okay? Yeah, women. Let's get some women in charge. And I'm excited. So, okay, I'm gonna stop rambling. I feel like this video is getting very long, but awesome. Okay, so bye for now. Bye. Oh, there's Leela. I forgot. I should always show my Leela girl. Oh, you can see my little notes and everything. Leela, can you say hi? Leela, she's like super tired right now. She was being a beast earlier, wasn't you, girl? We have a trainer for her. I'm so excited. I met this trainer. He's awesome. And I'm in this group called A Million Cups of Coffee. It's for small, like small business owners. We meet once a week. And I met a dog trainer in there, and he's so nice, and he's so, so good. And we already started working with her on some stuff, so I'm very excited. Right, Leela? And she really likes him, so. But we actually got her to kind of get a little bit better about pulling on the leash, and I'm able to kind of redirect her a little bit better when she starts getting like cray and like attacking us, which she does. I know she looks all innocent and cute right there, all furry like a little teddy bear, but she gets a little spicy. She's a little ankle biter. I'm not gonna lie, she's a little ankle biter. She goes after my kids a lot, but in her defense, they're sitting there on the ground like going like this is their feet and stuff, so she sees it and she's like, ooh, toy. But yeah. And she keeps eating or recycling, which is really rough. Try to figure that out, because I'm like, girl, you gotta stop. Okay, sorry, this video is getting long. Anyway, very excited. Got a trainer, so I'm excited for the journey of Miss Leela. She's gonna be 2 in February. Isn't that insane? My little baby. My little baby's gonna be 2. She's sound asleep. She's gonna be so mad because as soon as I go into the bedroom, she has to go in her crate. Mean Joe won't let her sleep in our bed. She gets really sad because she wants to sleep. It's funny. Whenever he takes her out, I make him take her out at night because I kind of get scared at night. I mean, okay, in my defense, right? I live in Lawrence, Kansas, so you would not expect this here, right? We have bobcats in our neighborhood. I am not kidding you. My neighbor sent me a video. There are bobcats. There's like a bobcat den, like across the street, like behind this person's house, like by this creek. Right, and she showed me a video of them coming into our yard at night. So we got bobcats. We've had coyotes out here. I'm like, what the hell? I don't live in like Northern California. What is going on here right now? But no, bobcats and coyotes. So I get a little creeped out going out at night. So I make him take her. So anyway, long story short, he'll take her out at night, and she'll run in and she'll come and like sit up by me and be like, "Mm." He's like, no, it's time for bed. And she's like, "Mm." So today I let her stay up with me while I did this video. This long 20-minute video that should have been done like 10 minutes ago because I'm rambling. Hopefully you like my rambling. If not, you can always have just stopped it. Hope I didn't lose subscribers. So, anyway, yes, I'm trying to get my subscribers up. So when I hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, I think I can still go live on YouTube, but when I hit it on Instagram, I can start doing live. So then I can start doing like StreamYard, and I can stream on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram, and I can start doing live readings and calling people and bringing people up on screen with me and answering their questions. And I'm really excited to do that, but I have to get my subscribers up. So if you feel inclined, I always hate asking for help, but if you would share my YouTube or Instagram channels and Facebook channels, I would be ever so grateful. Subscribe, like, share. I'd be very grateful. You can even turn off that little bell so you don't get notifications. Or if you love me, keep the bell on. Whatever. But I'm really trying to boost those numbers up, so I appreciate you. So thank you. Okay, I'm really going to call it quits now. Happy New Year. It's the year of the wheel. We got this. Oh, it's also the year of some kind of fire horse, too, which I don't know much about that kind of stuff, but from what I heard, it was pretty cool. So, yeah, fire horse. I think that's what they said. Hope I'm not butchering that, but anyway, I'm going to really stop now. Bye for now.